Hey, how's it going? It's Devin with Devin's Card House. I make daily TCG videos, and so far, look at it. Look at what I've done. It's been days in a row. So many days in a row that I've actually, that I've actually kept up with the subtitle of the channel that we do make daily TCG videos. And I'm making this one about just my goals for 2024 when it comes to the channel, when it comes to eBay, when it comes to life in general, but just that pertain to you that you might be interested. I might have more goals that maybe if I think about them as this goes on, I might not say, but so I'm not really a goal-oriented person. I know that this is kind of like a trendy thing to say online, but I've always kind of been that way. I've been going to the gym, working out, basically since I can remember. And when I go to the gym, my goal when I get there is not like I'm gonna lift this amount of weight or I'm gonna do this or that. It's that I show up and I do the workout. Whatever the workout is, and I don't really hold myself to that kind of standard, which, as I've gotten older, I'm not sure that's so good. It is good. I think consistency is really important, and I definitely want to keep that up. Consistency should be a part of the goal, but having some goals set within your consistency, I think, is really important as well. So, and that's something I've always kind of lacked, because I would consider myself I'm not a very competitive person. I'm kind of happy-go-lucky. I'm kind of, I know a lot of people struggle with being grateful or happy or content, and I'm kind of burdened with being content and happy. which some people are like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? But I just mean that in the sense and it's not good to a certain extent, because I'm not very competitive, and I'm not very I'm going to do this or that to compete. I'm just happy with showing up, what I'm saying. So I'm trying to change that, and that's kind of happened to me, because as I've gotten to do this YouTube channel, I've also been kind of expanding my horizons with what I normally pay attention to. And since Pokemon is such a big force of nature in the trading card player space and on YouTube, I've just been watching some PokeTubers, as they're called, and these are alpha chads, guys. Okay, I thought that Magic the Gathering, sorcery, that Lorcana would have your alpha chads, but I was totally wrong. All the alpha chads are on PokeTube. They're all got their backwards hats. They actually say the word investment when they talk about Pokemon. It's very odd to have a finance channel that's actually going to go out there and say that, because in the TCG world, if you're ever on Reddit, or a lot of YouTubers, no one's going to say investing. And it seems like all the PokeTubers are like, oh yeah, we're getting these slabs, we're going to PSA, and we're investing in these boxes. And when you look at the box prices on this shit, you're like, god damn. So, anyways, one of my first goal here is that I'm actually going to be getting into Pokemon. And I'm expanding my horizons. I'm not going to be a PokeTuber per se, because I'm still a Digimon guy, I'm still a sorcery guy, I'm still a Lorcana guy, I'm a Grand Archive guy, and I'm a Magic guy. But I'm adding Pokemon to the Pokédex, to the Rolodex, so that I can expand my horizons a little bit. And actually, as I've been watching these YouTubers, there's PokeNE, and there's this what's his name, Nostalgia something. This is literally brand new to me. So, but all these alpha chads, I've been watching their channels, and it's just they're just kind of the happy guys, and there's a ton of them. So I think that's just going to be an interesting thing for me to try to get in here and learn something I'm not super familiar with. So that, I think that'll be interesting for the channel too, to be me exploring the Pokemon, and I should start calling Pokemon, because I'm not going to be that asshole who's calling it sports ball when it's called football. It's Pokemon, it's not Pokemon. Okay, I'm going to stop that now. But It seems to be also the PokeTubers. Some of them are like a little gatekeepy, and I'll start learning all these people's names. So I bought a Pokemon video game that I'm going to be trying out just to get dip my toes. You know, I had the original. I think I had Red, and then I also got the Game Boy Pikachu. It was like a yellow Game Boy that came with a Pokemon, but it's the Pikachu version. I found it at a campsite, which is pretty crazy. So I did play the original Pokemon, but I haven't played Pokemon since then. So I'm going to give it a try out. I got the Obsidian, or it's like a Shining Pearl or something like that. It's a remake from a game that came out in 2005. So I'm interested to get into Pokemon. I'm going to try it out. I think what really caught me onto this is kind of their view on grading and slabs, which is something I've never really understood. And so I'm kind of trying to get an understanding of the Pokemon thought on grading, which, you know, I've always thought, which is a perception from the outside. It's not on the inside, because I never really, it's just a whole bunch of people grading cards that shouldn't be graded, but it actually looks like a lot of fun. So if I can have fun with it, if I find it fun, I'm going to get into it. So that's goal number 1, is to get into Pokemon. Goal number 2 for 2024 is I need to lose a little more weight. Which isn't like, how is that up for the channel? See, this is why you guys don't care. But actually, since I started the channel, if you go back, look, I've lost a little weight. I'm a little less chubby than I was when I started. I'm already down to around 250 pounds. When I started the channel, I was around like 270. And I don't know if just being on here and having to look at my fat ass every day has inspired me to lose a little weight. But so I'm trying to get down to 240, and I'm pretty comfortable around 240. I've been at 275 for too long, so time to lose a little weight, get down to 240, and then just get shredded. Get shredded, like, because how am I going to compete with these alpha chads on the Poke YouTube when they're all wearing their backwards hats? They all work out. So if I'm going to fit in, I got to get shredded. So that's goal number 2. So I got to hit 240. Goal number 3 here. So this past year, just to be open with you, so I'm an eBay seller. I sold about $50,000, it looks like, for the whole year. And my goal this year, and this is the big one, is I'd like to double that. I would like to have sold $100,000. And, you know, saying, after watching all these PokeTubers, like, that's nothing. Like, everybody I hear, they're like, oh, no problem, I just sold 5 mil. I just sold 3 mil. I'm like, I thought I was cool selling 50,000. Like, y'all are insane. Like, this is absolutely insane. And listen to these guys talk about it like it's, oh, no big deal. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? $3 million, $5 million in sales? That's insane. So, you know, and that's not all profit, guys, okay? Just I have 50,000 in sales. You know, who knows how much I actually made in actual profit. So, don't get your panties in a bunch that I've made that money, okay? But I would like to double my sales here. So, here's the deal, though. I have a real job that I care about greatly, and I have to make sure that my real job is the most important thing when it comes to my work. I have to make sure that's getting done. So I want to keep, which is just a goal. I got to keep my focus there. I have a family. I have a wife. I have a daughter, and they obviously get my focus over doing all this. And then I have YouTube, so I have to do that. And if I'm gonna turn into an alpha Chad, then I need to keep working on focus on my workouts and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say here is this is a lot of shit to get done, and to make those kind of sales, I got to be constantly listing. I got to be constantly shipping out orders. I got to be finding new sources and things to do like that. So what this is going to come down to is me having to manage my time in a very thorough way, so that I am using every possible moment that I can to be working on my eBay, to be getting those sales numbers up. So So for these past 3 months, I've been really focused on really being good with my time. I have a lot of goals that I set daily, which is all new for me. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a goal-oriented person, but this has actually been helping me a lot. I just have a list of things I need to get done every day, and the more I can help like get our house cleaned and everything ready to go, I can spend less time focusing on that stuff because I have it done every day on time, that I'm able to work more on eBay. So I really have to get focused with my time. That doesn't mean I want to spend less time with my friends. I almost feel like okay, am I back to recording? Okay, somebody called me. I had to hang up on them. That being said, like I already don't spend enough time with my friends. So if any of my friends are watching this, I would like to see you guys more. And that's not what I'm saying. The little time that we get to spend together already, I don't want to get into that. I want to play more cards with my friends. I want to see my friends more. That would be great. But when it comes to like other things, like if I can cut out, getting too drunk and hungover, or maybe not drinking at all because I'm too hungover the next day, like that cuts out a huge deal. So so I have to figure out where I can sacrifice. I also got to figure out where I can manage my time in order to have more time to do this stuff. So number one, and these are in no order, but if I had to put them in an order, I think number one would be, it's going to be the biggest and hardest one to do, is getting that $100,000 in sales. $100,000 in sales is the number one because it's going to be the hardest. Number two, learning more about Pokemon, becoming a kind of a Poketuber, but none of the other stuff's going to stop. I'm going to be talking about everything, but learning more so I can take part in the conversation. I would like to do that. So that's number two. And then number three is getting down to like I said, 240. Did I say 140? Because if I said 140, I didn't mean that. I weigh 200 and around 50 pounds right now. So I just got to lose 10 more pounds. We've almost made it to that goal, but then I got to get shredded on top of that to become an alpha Chad. So, those are the main goals. It's just 3, and I think those are pretty sufficient, because then there's other goals that have to go on top of that, like staying on top of my time, making sure my wife doesn't want to kill me, making sure that my daughter is happy and taken care of, and making sure all the shit that goes on top of that is taken care of, which is the goals that you don't really get to care about or see. But I mean, who knows? If you want an update on how my wife is feeling, I can ask her, to fill in on that. But anyways, so that's it. Those are my 2024 goals, just those 3. And I'll give you updates on how everything's going. Definitely, I have some Pokemon stuff coming. I'm actually, I want to talk about the game if I get some time. You're like, how is he going to play a video game? I want to spend 15 minutes, before I go to bed, I did that with Super Mario RPG. I've always beat it, and I don't think it's gotten too much out of control. So, and I don't think those games take too long. So, I just want to, if I'm going to be getting into it, I want to, it's cool that Pokemon has multiple layers of things you can get into. So I want to, I think it'll help me get in the cards if I understand, the games again. So it'd be cool to get back in there. So, so that's it for me. Those are my goals. If let me know what you think about those goals. And and when it comes to the YouTube channel, what are my goals here? Just making a video every day. I can't control people subscribing. I can't control people getting on the Patreon account, so I don't want any goals around that. But my goal here is to just improve, to make my videos better than as I progress. I want to make them more entertaining and a little more well thought out. I know when it came to my recent Flesh and Blood controversy video, that definitely wasn't my best work, and I definitely could have given a little more time to that and thought. So, and I appreciate all everyone's feedback, being like, "Wow, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about," because that is helpful, because it makes me be like, oh man, I need to revisit that. So that's my goal here, is just to improve the videos and to be consistent with putting them out. So, and when it comes to this and all this time, this is why you don't see a ton of editing. This is why you don't see, this is just me rambling, and I hope to get better at my rambling. But that's why it is like it is, because I don't have time to edit the shit. I don't have time to come up with a script or write this stuff out. And I do want to make daily videos, and that's because that's kind of what I like to do. And I've had fun making these videos, and I've I hope you've had fun watching them. So anyways, I want to thank you, my subscribers. I want to thank you, my viewers, and I definitely want to thank my patrons who have joined the Patreon. You really appreciate your support, and you guys make this, all y'all make this a ton of fun. So I really appreciate you, and I look forward to the rest of the year, and we'll go from here. So I'll talk to you later, and you all have a great day, okay? Bye-bye!
Governor Jesse Ventura, to send you, Devin, a little bit of a message, my friend. You need to quit slacking. You, I heard lately, have been skipping your workouts. What's going on, my man? You want to turn into a little fat porker?